Live from Kansas City, The Edward Keith Show.
Imagine having a person that weighed 273 pounds and another person weighing 273 pounds, and you gotta come in between. And stop beating each other up for a second to get some order in this. Now I would like to introduce our first guest, Mr. Tony Weeks.
It's Mr. Weeks.
All right.
How you doing?
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Great to be here.
I greatly appreciate it. And you go ahead and have a seat. I need to talk to Mr. Weeks. Because I need to first find out, what do you do? Tell the people what have you been doing for the last 30 years?
There, what? My other job?
No, not the other job.
Oh yeah, I've been refereeing boxing since '95. Since '90, yeah, and actually a year prior to that. But yeah, I've been refereeing the fights. I started in Phoenix, Arizona, and worked my way to Las Vegas, and been traveling the world and been doing that ever since. Having a ball.
Oh, loving it, huh?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm gonna get straight to the gut.
Okay.
Who hit the hardest?
Well, Bernard Hopkins hit me.
Oh,
and Roy Jones. You know, actually, I did the rematch with Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones Jr. Mm-hmm. And of course, you know how Bernard is. You know, he's going to do things to irritate his opponent, and he was doing something that irritated Roy. And Roy hit him in the back of the head, and he goes down, and Bernard goes down, and I call time and bring the doctor in, and he's okay to continue. There was like less than 10 seconds left in the round, and the fight resumed, and they went at it. The bell rang, they're still going at it. Right. Yeah, no, and I had to jump in between them, and I'm taking shots from both sides of it.
Lord.
And the dust clears. I'm missing two or three buttons off of my shirt, and I really want to take a knee because I felt that, you know. But yeah, you know, it's a fight, you know, and you're gonna get nicked every now and then.
Right, that's good. So I take it from your excitement of even telling me this, that this is an opportunity to be in a ring with two great fighters like that doesn't come for everyone.
No.
So I know you've been telling other people your story, but my guess, how did you actually, like, what just said, I'm going to be a referee?
Well, you know, I grew up watching fights, watching boxing. Came up during the Ali era. All the great champions going, you know, fighting 15 rounds. And you know, let me go back. The first time I noticed a referee was this particular fight, March 8, 1971, Madison Square Garden, New York City. Ooh. The first Ali Frazier fight.
Ooh,
I remember saying to myself that the referee was Arthur Mercante Sr. at the time, and I'm like, wow, what a position to be in, you know. But I never thought about, you know, being in the game. Fast forward, you know, I'm working in the federal prison system and as an athletic director, and brought some fighters up to put on an exhibition. You know, for the inmates, and we set the ring up there in the red yard, and I'm doing the announcing and stuff, and they get down there, and then the fighters started sparring, and it dawned on me, man, I didn't get a referee, you know, and out of curiosity and more so, you know, keep control of everything. And as a trainer at the time, it was Beto Martinez, said, "You mind if I get up there?" He says, "No, I got up there," and I got up there, and the man was like, instantly, I fell in love with it. You know, I felt comfortable with it, and at the end of the show with the trainer Beto Martinez, he took it a step further. He said, yeah, I'd be able to ask me if I've ever done it before. I said, no. I said, you know, he said, well, you got good natural movements. I think you should look into it. But what he did, he took it a step further and called the local commissioner and said, give this guy a shot. And the rest is history.
That's a blessing. That's right. So, okay, so I know you're from Brooklyn.
Right.
Mike Tyson's from Brooklyn.
Right. Brownsville, Brooklyn. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. Like Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas. Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
But in your career, were you able to meet Mike Tyson outside of the ring? I'm talking about before. I'm talking about in his glory years.
No. I met Mike Tyson when I was refereeing. And it was funny too because the first time I met, he was at a fight, and he's walking out. Now I see Mike, you know, And before I can extend my hand, hey Mike, he says, hey Tony, how you doing? And I'm like, wow, you know me, you know of me, wow. But Mike's a great guy. Let me tell you, we're friends. I see him all the time, and when the cameras and stuff that on, he's a cool guy. Man. This is a real nice guy.
Okay, so my question then to follow that one up is, who has been the most talented boxer you think you have ever refereed?
Man, that's a hard question to ask, because there's so many different talented fighters with different styles and stuff, and it'll do me a disrespect to say so and so, because they all have their own style. They all blended in, and it worked for them. If, for example, everybody can't be a Joe Frazier fight that way, or everybody can't be Roy Jones and fight that way, So each fighter had his, it's just a multiple of styles that really make up that, you really can't pinpoint who has the best style, because every style that the fighters that was in the ring with me, it fit them.
Oh, okay. No. So like, did education have to do anything with the refereeing? You're going into a career, like, did you have to do special training, or is it just, I come and you learn on a daily basis?
No, you learn the rules and regulations. Okay, first learn the rules and regulations first, then know how to apply those rules and regulations in the fight. Now, of course, we have annual training where you simulate fights. You get a couple of fighters and they get in the ring and they do certain scenarios, and you figure out, okay, what do I need to do in this particular scenario. And we have annual conventions where we have different seminars. I've taught many seminars for refereeing. So it's a constant thing. The thing about it is you never stop learning. I don't care how many times how many years you have in the game, you never stop learning. No one ever thought that a fan man would come down in the middle of the fight. What do you do? Or nobody ever thought that a fighter would bite somebody's ear. So now I always tell people this, when they're coming up, here's the rule book and then here's reality. Right. And you have to know how to deal with those things, because you have, you can get the experience, but you need the wisdom to apply that.
Okay. So if a young man or a young woman would like to become a referee, what would be that first step or first step that you would offer them for?
Well, first thing I would say, understand what you're getting into. Okay. Understand what you're getting into. First, if you can't, it's just like in boxing. You want to be a boxer, but if you can't take a punch, you can't be in the game. A referee who can't take criticism, you can't be in the game. If you can't, whether it's fair, unfair, or what have you, you have to have a respect for the sport and a genuine love for the sport. I have a respect for the sport and love for it, because if you don't have those two things, you're not going to make it. There's too much pressure in that environment. So understand what you're getting into, number one, okay? And then, once you get that understanding, then you take it from there. See if this is what you really want to do.
Okay. So you said something about criticism. So I was just wondering, how do you mentally get yourself ready for criticism? Because you can't please everybody.
No, I don't. I don't pay any attention to it, because I have the confidence in myself of what I need to do, even when I make a mistake. Okay, because the number one thing is, you see, the outside people, they don't know what it's like to be in that ring, so they can criticize, and that goes for any official in any sport. They don't know what it's like to be in that spot, and having to make critical decisions. Because, like I say, when those fighters step through those ropes, they enter that ring, they are laying the ultimate on the line. And we are responsible for that. And that's a heavy responsibility for anyone to have. So I don't really pay any attention to, the local media and stuff and all the criticism, because, I've been doing this for so long. I know it's a part of the game. And people do it for different reasons, oh, that's my boy, or I had money on him, or whatever, So, no, I don't even deal with it at all.
So as a referee, or I'm pretty sure is it a close niche with the other referees? Do y'all talk all the time?
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially when something happens in the ring, we call each other, hey man, you all right? We don't criticize each other. Hey man, you should have did. You should no. Are you okay? Because only another referee knows what it's like to be in that ring, and only another referee knows when you're going through something traumatic. That because it can hurt you. It can really hurt you. And you can't allow that to happen. That you can't allow that to get into you, because a lot of times you can carry it over into your next fight. Oh, the last fight you stopped the fight too soon. Okay, but you coming in this fight, you can't come in with that same mentality. No, every fight is different. It's a clean slate. So you have to be strong mentally.
Gotta be strong. Okay, so that be also, would you have to be physically strong also?
Oh yeah, especially them big guys, man. Put them big guys, you get round 8, okay, round 10, round 12. Yeah, and even with the small guys, because they're quick and they're fast, and they're strong. These guys fighters are strong, period. Right. No matter what size. But the heavyweights, you got to really get in there and pull these guys. You got to be physical with these guys. See, let me tell you like this. I worked in the penitentiary. So you had a lot of referees that do voice commands. Me, I'm the type of I'm putting hands on you. Oh. I'm putting hands, there's no doubt about it. Just like in the prison, they don't stop because you say, whoa. Right. No, you got to get in and put hands on these guys. So for me, and like I say, I don't tell anybody that's the right way to do it. I said, this is the way I do it, and this is what works for me. Because when you have hands on the people, then you got total control. As opposed to, and I'm not saying voice commands don't work, but as opposed to standing back and saying, hey, yo, break. No. A lot of times they're still going at it. But you in between them guys, you got hands on them, you got optimum control.
So just from your assignment, I'm getting excited. I'm trying to be cool here, y'all. Y'all know I am. I'm trying to be cool. So do you prefer the heavyweight bouts or the lighter weight bouts?
All of them. All of them. Listen.
I mean, not even a lean towards one more than the other.
No. I mean, there is something special about a heavyweight championship fight. When I did the fight with Klitschko and Tyson Fury, when Tyson Fury won the title in Germany, 54,000 people in the arena. It's special. Heavyweights are special. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna leave with this question. What other organizations or anything that you're doing since, I wanted to go into your MMA career, but I know we kind of biding time. Mm-hmm. But I know you're doing a lot of stuff in the community and stuff like that, and I was gonna give you your time to tell them what's going on, who you're involved with, and if anybody could help or anything like that.
Well, Move and Love brought me out there, and I'm involved with that. I'm involved with a lot of charities, but Move and Love brought me out here, because they're doing so much for the community here, for the kids, keeping them off the streets, developing these programs and stuff. And I'm definitely all for that and stuff. And I do the same thing in Vegas. I'm invited to talk to schools, to different platforms that involve children. Even I go back to the prisons and still, talk to the inmates and stuff. Because when you blessed to be on a world platform, it is your obligation to give back to the community.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Mr. Weeks, I greatly appreciate you just giving us this time. This is a short episode of the Edward Keith Show, but I had to make sure, and I'm glad that he stopped and made sure that we get this episode to you people. So y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. And Mr. Weeks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you. Yes.
All righty.
You all good picture? Yes.
No, we did not.
Get in this.